Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you isn't a trick. It's not manipulation. It's not a line or a tactic. It's a mirror that reflects something most people forget. Humans don't fall for you because of what you have. They fall for you because of how you make them feel. And the 6 words are this: I see you, I understand you. Say them slowly. Say them with your chest open, not armored. Say them with presence, not performance. Because here's the truth. Most people are starving, not for attention, not for praise, but for recognition, to be seen, not overlooked, to be understood, not judged, to be valued, not tolerated. When you say, I see you, I understand you, you are speaking directly to the oldest need in the human psyche, the need to belong. Think about the last time someone really listened to you, not waiting for their turn to speak, not responding with advice or correction, but just being there. Do you remember what that felt like? Warm, safe, unrushed, like time slowed down. That is attraction. Not beauty, not charm, not money, presence. Psychologists call this attunement, the ability to tune in to another person's emotional frequency, to be with them in their experience instead of trying to control it. And here's the emotional secret. People don't fall for you because you're perfect. They fall because they feel like themselves when they are with you. When you say, I see you, I understand you, you are giving them permission to exhale, to soften, to stop defending, to be real again. That is magnetic. But understand this. These words only work when they are true. If you try to fake presence, the soul knows. If you try to perform empathy, the heart closes. So this is not about speaking. It is about being grounded, being curious, being unafraid of someone's truth. Because most people walk through life guarded, tense, braced for rejection. When someone comes along who doesn't flinch at their heaviness, they become unforgettable. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Meaning, people reveal themselves to those who are willing to truly see. If your thoughts are impatient, rushed, self-centered, your presence will feel cold. But if your thoughts are open, gentle, observant, your presence becomes a sanctuary. And people are drawn to sanctuary, not because they are weak, but because the world is loud, and peace is rare. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt understood? Not tolerated, not judged, truly understood. Do you remember how your body responded? Your shoulders relaxed, your voice softened, your guard lowered, and for a moment, you felt safe. That is the feeling you give when you say, I see you, I understand you. But here's where many fail. They say the words, but they don't listen. Listening is not waiting for your turn. Listening is not thinking of your response. Listening is not controlling the direction. Listening is presence. Listening is curiosity. Listening is surrendering the need to be right. Listening is saying, your experience matters here. And when someone feels that, they don't forget you, ever. So here is your practice. Next time someone speaks to you, stop, uncross your arms, relax your jaw, let your breath drop deeper into your body, and really look at them, not to analyze, not to evaluate, just to see. And when it feels right, when the moment is human, not scripted, say softly, I see you, I understand you, not as a strategy, but as truth. Because when you truly see someone, you are offering one of the rarest gifts in this world, belonging. Now let's go deeper, because attraction isn't just romantic. It exists in every human relationship, friendships, family, even strangers you meet for one moment in time. The truth is, people don't remember what you said to them. They remember how you made them feel in your presence. So when it comes to your friends, your siblings, your parents, your children, these 6 words hold extra power. I see you, I understand you. But here's where it becomes important. With family and close relationships, history lives between the words. Old wounds, unspoken expectations, misunderstandings. We learn to survive in silence. And so when you offer presence, when you actually listen, when you acknowledge their emotions instead of fighting them, it can rewire everything. For example, a A friend comes to you overwhelmed. Their voice is tired. Their spirit is heavy. The usual response is, "Don't worry. You'll be fine. Just stay positive." But do you hear what those words actually mean? They mean, "Your feeling makes me uncomfortable. Please stop. I need you to be easy for me." But when you look them in the eyes and say, "I see you, I understand you," it means, "Your feelings are allowed here. You don't have to pretend with me. You can be real, and I will stay." That level of emotional safety is rare, and people bond deeply with the ones who give it. Let's talk family. Sometimes the people closest to us are the ones who understand us the least. Not because they don't love us, but because they only know the past version of who we used to be. So when you say, "I see you, I understand you," you are telling them, "I see who you are becoming now." Not the child they remember, not the mistake they can't forget, not the version of you frozen in their memory, but the present you. That is how generational patterns begin to break. One moment of presence at a time. And friendships. Deep friendships are built on emotional attunement. Not constant talking, not constant closeness, not constant updates, but the ability to pause and say, "Tell me what you really feel." Then listen, not to solve, not to correct, but to witness, because sometimes witnessing is the healing. Carl Jung once said, "When you meet someone's soul, you awaken your own." Meaning, when you let people bring their truth to you, you become more truthful with yourself. Presence is not something you give away. Presence is something that changes you too. So when you speak these 6 words to a friend or loved one, "I see you, I understand you," say them with openness. Say them with breath. Say them with the courage to hold space for what comes next. Because sometimes, someone has been waiting their entire life to finally be seen. Romantic attraction is different. It's more vulnerable, more exposed, rather. Because in love we are not just seen, we are felt. And most people are terrified of being truly felt. So they hide behind humor, behind confidence, behind silence, behind "I don't care." But when you say these 6 words to someone you're drawn to, "I see you, I understand you," everything changes. Here is why. In romance, attraction isn't built through charm or perfection. It's built through emotional accuracy, the ability to sense what someone is feeling, even when they don't say it, to understand what goes unsaid. That is what makes someone unforgettable. Imagine this. Someone you're interested in starts to pull away. Not because they don't like you, but because feelings are rising and that scares them. Most people respond by chasing, questioning, overthinking, trying to prove their worth. But you breathe. You soften. You look at them with steady eyes and say, "I see you, I understand you," not "I deserve you," not "don't leave," not "why are you distancing." Just recognition, just presence, just softness. Do you feel how powerful that is? You're telling them, "Your fear does not threaten me. Your depth does not overwhelm me. You don't have to hide from me." That's not just attractive, that's disarming. But understand, tone is everything. Say it slowly. Say it warm. Say it like you have nothing to prove. Because in romance, energy speaks before words do. If you cling, they feel pressure. If you detach to protect yourself, they feel distance. But if you stay grounded, they feel safe. And safety is the root of desire. Not excitement, not intensity, not drama. Safety. The kind of safety that whispers, "You can be real with me, I won't run." When someone feels emotionally safe with you, they open, they soften, they reveal, and that's when love begins. Not when you impress them, not when you chase them, not when you try to be more than who you are, but when you meet them where they actually are. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "Love is not consolation, it is light." Meaning, love doesn't soothe. Love illuminates. Love helps a person see themselves more clearly. So when you say, "I see you, I understand you," you are not flattering them. You are awakening them. You are holding up a mirror and saying, "You don't have to hide here." And that is rare. Rare enough to remember. Rare enough to fall for. At the highest level, you don't attract through speech. You attract through presence. Your energy speaks before your mouth does. Your silence communicates before your words ever land. So instead of saying, I see you, I understand you, you become someone who doesn't need to say it. The moment you walk into a room, people feel at ease. People feel open. People feel known. This is not mystical. This is psychological. Let's break down how to embody that energy. 1. Slow your pace. Most people are in a hurry. To respond, to explain, to validate themselves. Rushing is the nervous system saying, I am not safe here. But when you slow your voice, your breath, your movements, you signal, I am here, I am grounded, I am not afraid. That's magnetic, because calm is rare, and the human mind is drawn to what it lacks. 2. Listen without preparing a response. When someone speaks, do this. Don't interrupt, don't fix, and don't fill silence. Don't jump to relate. Just observe, watch their eyes, their posture, the tiny changes in their tone. If you do this, you'll notice something extraordinary. Most people reveal themselves without realizing they're doing it. Your presence gives them permission to unfold. 3. Hold eye contact, but gently. Not a stare, not intensity, not a challenge. Just warm attention. Soft eyes communicate, I'm here with you, and that creates emotional gravity. 4. Let silence breathe. Silence is where truth rises. When someone finishes speaking, don't reply immediately. Let the silence remain for a moment. They will feel, this person is actually thinking about what I said. No one does this. So when you do, you stand out. 5. Stay rooted in your body. Your breath should stay low, your shoulders loose, your expression relaxed. Emotion lives in the body, so if your body is tense, your presence cannot be open. Relaxed presence is the ultimate form of confidence. It says, I'm not performing. I have nothing to prove. I am enough as I am. That's irresistible. 6. Don't try to impress. When you try to impress, you subtly communicate that the other person has power over your value. But when you simply exist comfortably, you communicate, my value is already whole. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to impress people, they become impressed. 7. See people without judging them. Most people feel evaluated the moment they open their mouth. Your job is to become a space where they are not being measured. When you witness someone without labeling their behavior, emotions, or flaws, you become a safe place to land, and the heart always returns to where it felt safe. Marcus Aurelius wrote, Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Meaning, see others with gentleness, see yourself with honesty. That combination is what builds emotional gravity. When you embody this energy, people will trust you faster. They'll share more freely. They'll soften around you without knowing why. Not because you're tricking them, but because you are offering what the world rarely offers, presence without judgment, attention without agenda, connection without demand. And the heart always recognizes that. Always. Because now that you know how to be a calming presence, a grounding energy, a person who makes others feel understood, you must learn something just as important. How to protect yourself. Because when you become someone who listens deeply, who sees people clearly, who offers safety and emotional space, you will attract 2 kinds of people. 1. Those who are nourished by your presence. 2. Those who feed on it. And if you don't know the difference, you will drain yourself dry. 1. Pay attention to who breathes easier around you. When your presence makes someone relax, their breathing deepens, their shoulders drop, their words slow. That is a healthy connection. But if someone becomes more anxious around your calm, if they keep needing more attention, more validation, more emotional labor, that is not connection. That is feeding. Your energy is not a meal. 2. Don't rush to prove you understand. Some people don't want understanding. They want control. They will overshare too fast. Demand your time. You pull your empathy toward their chaos. Not because they want connection, but because they want to avoid facing themselves. If someone needs you to constantly reassure, soothe, validate, stabilize, you are not bonding. You are babysitting their emotional wounds. That is not love. That is drain. 3. Watch who supports your vulnerability. When you open up even a little, do they meet you with presence, or do they switch the focus back to themselves? Listen carefully. If someone cannot hold your truth, they have not earned your depth. Presence must be a two-way street. 4. Don't mistake intensity for connection. Intensity feels like sparks, chaos, emotional highs and lows, fire without warmth. It feels exciting, but excitement is not intimacy. Connection feels like safety, steadiness, quiet understanding, a warmth that stays. The world has taught you to chase fire, but real love is glowing coals, steady, consistent, and alive over time. 5. Let people show their pattern. You don't need to test anyone. You don't need to interrogate anyone. Simply observe. Patterns always reveal truth. If someone apologizes but never changes, promises but never follows through, expresses emotion but avoids responsibility, they are asking you to parent their inner child, and you are not here to raise anyone. 6. Your boundaries are not barriers. Saying no is not rejection. It is protection. You are not pushing people out. You are allowing the right ones to come closer, because the right person will not fear your boundaries. They will respect them. The right person isn't drawn to your softness alone. They are drawn to your self-respect. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And who you truly are is not a refuge for emotional parasites. You are not a shelter for those who refuse to grow. You are not a cure for someone who avoids healing. Your presence is a gift, not a place to hide. So remember, attraction means nothing if it costs your peace. Because your peace is the real magnet. Your calm is the gravity. Your roundedness is the power. Your self-respect is the threshold. And only those who can meet you within that peace deserve to stay. Attraction isn't about trying. It's not about changing yourself to fit someone's expectations. It's not about performing confidence or chasing attention. It's about presence. It's about the courage to slow down when others rush, to see deeply when others glance, to listen fully when others speak only to respond. The 6 words were never the magic. You were the magic all along. I see you. I understand you. When said with truth, patience, and self-respect, they don't just draw people toward you. They invite them to reveal who they are. And in that moment, you discover something far more powerful than attraction. Connection, real, unforced, steady, human. Because the deepest form of love, romantic or otherwise, is not based on desire alone. It is based on being recognized, seen, heard, and met. The world is starved for that. So be the one who sees, be the one who understands. But protect your peace. Guard your emotional center like a sacred flame. Those who are meant to stay will meet you in the warmth of that flame. And those who cannot will burn themselves out trying to test it. Let them. You do not need to chase anything or anyone. What is aligned will gravitate to your presence. If this message spoke to you, if you felt your chest loosen, your breath deepens, your mind goes quiet for just a moment, then something in you is waking. Maybe you didn't notice it at first. Maybe it felt like a small shift. But small shifts are how lives change. We don't transform all at once. We transform in whispers, in gentle realizations, in the quiet moments when truth finally lands. Maybe you've been carrying a heaviness, the kind you don't talk about, the kind that sits behind your smile, behind your achievements, behind the "I'm fine" you give when they ask. Maybe you've been searching for something, not out there, but in here, in the deep place your soul speaks from, when everything else goes silent. Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens." This space, what you're feeling now, is the beginning of that awakening. Not the loud kind, not the dramatic kind, but the real kind, the kind that happens when you finally realize you don't have to perform to be worthy. You don't have to chase to be seen. You don't have to shrink to be loved. You can just be as you are, and that is enough. So if something opened in you, even just a little, Subscribe. Not because I told you to, not because of a trend, not because of habit, but because something inside you recognized a voice you haven't heard in a long time. A voice that sounds like truth. A voice that sounds like you. Stay with that. Stay with the part of you that wants to grow. Stay with the part of you that wants peace. Stay with the part of you that still believes healing is possible. Because it is. The world changes the moment you decide to return to yourself. So stay, grow, breathe, become. You're exactly where you're meant to be.